the Saints struggling last week because of their offense, not their defense. Taysom Hill will indeed start tonight. There are multiple reports, and I've heard also that he is starting. Sean Payton is going to usually keep that stuff under wraps as long as he can, but the day before the game, I mean, everybody knows the hay's in the barn at this point.
Yeah.
He partially tore his plantar fascia in his foot and hasn't played since Week 10, had concussion issues as well. This is his first start since December 13 of 2020 because he had 5 games last year when Drew Brees was injured. He went 4-1. And this is his opportunity. Along the way, he's gotten that contract that has the huge gap between not playing quarterback and playing quarterback a lot and at a high level. And even though there's only so much he can do to enhance his earnings this year, this is about laying the foundation so he's the guy next year. So Sean Payton doesn't go try to get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or someone else that Payton secretly believes in and nobody really knows until he grabs the guy and puts him on his team. Will it be Taysom Hill or will there be some other guy that Sean Payton wants to go find in order to upgrade the quarterback position? This is Hill's opportunity to make his case to Payton that he should be the guy who gets to be the guy next year.
100%. It is. It's an audition for the quarterback position for him. Drew Brees said something to me when we were in Tampa in Week 1, and I just won't forget it. We were talking about Taysom Hill in a car ride to the stadium, and this is not inside information or anything, so I'm not burning Drew Brees. He just kind of was. We were talking about it, and I asked him about Taysom Hill, and he goes, and he goes, I think in Taysom's heart of hearts, he wants to be a quarterback. Like, he likes doing all the different stuff, and he'll do it, and he's a great team guy, but he really wants to give that a go and try to see if he can be something at the quarterback position. So this does mean something to him. It's a tough spot to be in because you haven't really played all year. And now it's like, hey, go in and play a good playoff team, and we expect you to move the ball, and it's a desperation game. That's not an easy spot. Now, he did have a week of practice, and I understand he's probably been getting reps all year long, throwing the ball during quarterback individual drills and stuff. But, as we talk about all the time, practicing quarterback's one thing. Getting out there in the frenzied pocket of the NFL is a whole different thing with the crowd yelling and a bunch of mad guys wanting to rip your head off. So I'm going to be, pumped to watch that tonight. That, to me, is my favorite thing about the night, watching Taysom Hill. And, the biggest thing, Mike, we kind of hit on it, I think, last week a little bit. They need him. They're offensively challenged right now. Taysom Hill, I think he can provide a little spark to their offense just because, one, if you're Dallas, you don't know exactly what to expect. There's nothing they've seen on film, all year to know, like, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to have to go back to last year. They'll have a feel, but Sean Payton might have a few, tricks that he's got up his sleeve a little bit. And then Taysom Hill's just a different player. The play action, he's got a very strong arm. He can launch at 70 yards. And then you're worried about defending the 70-yard post. Well, while that's going on, he's 10 yards in the backfield in a play-action pass, and he might be scrambling and then run for 30 yards. So he's very hard to defend that way, and they need him because without Alvin Kamara, there's not any blue-chip player on their offense right now that you have to worry about or can create offense by making plays.
There's that group that we refer to, and I didn't come up with this, but we've been using it repeatedly, to and on, the collection of Dolphins fans who are irrationally and unreasonably supportive of Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I guess the other group would be Teanon, this group of folks who have an irrational hatred of Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
And will always point out, well, he hasn't done this, and look at this, and look at this. He's not very good. Why does anybody think he's good? He stinks. And have you not seen him play when he gets opportunities? The problem is he doesn't get the opportunities like he should. I constantly think back to that 2019 wildcard loss to the Vikings when he was the best guy on the field for either team that day.
Right.
He was the proverbial, if not literal, bull in the china shop when he had the ball.
Yep.
And I know from talking to Paul Allen, who calls the Vikings games, he was stunned. The Vikings were stunned. They didn't use him more. If they use him more in that game, they win that game. So I don't know why or how we're at this point where he's used so sparingly. And maybe injuries have been more of an issue this year than we realize. But The reason why the numbers aren't there is this guy that Sean Payton has so carefully cultivated over the years doesn't get used as much as we thought he was going to be used based upon the performance we saw in that playoff game 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, stats, blah, 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 blah. 4-1, a ton of explosive plays, very hard to defend and stressful on a defense. I mean, we saw that in 2019, even when he came in for little spells for Drew Brees and a Taysom Hill package where he was dangerous. And, of course, last year when Drew was out. I mean, it was good football. He's a high-level thrower of the football. He is. And it's ridiculous. It just tells you about the times we're in right now. At Tua, he was a number 1 recruit and he went to Alabama. So I like that story. And there's no way he's not good. There's no way, because the Rivals.com high school beat writer said he was the best quarterback in the country. And then, some other recruiting college guys who knows what they know, they said he was good too. So, I understand he's talented, but it's like the story that everybody wants to get behind. Taysom Hill's not sexy enough. He's a little old. He came out of nowhere. I didn't see it in college. I didn't see this. So he can't be it. Because I'm a plumber and an NFL scout and coach, because that's what I am. And that's what you got too much of that going on in our world right now. Shut up. You don't know anything. Listen to Sean Payton, okay? He's one of the greatest offensive coaches in the history of football. If he sees something, you should just go, there must be something, all right? So shut up, everybody out there. The guy's got a lot of high-quality abilities. I mean, his arm's better than Tua. He's a better athlete. He's bigger, and he's every bit as accurate. I mean, every bit. I don't know what anybody could be saying, but it's just a story that people don't like, and that's ridiculous. So let's see what he's got. I'm not expecting him to hit the ground running and be surgical tonight. Like I said, it's tough, and he doesn't have a ton of receivers, but I think you will see enough to go, man, look at that ball fly through the air. Man, look at him turn the corner right there on that DB. Man, look at him run over that DB. And that's what he can bring to a football field. And in the modern-day NFL, you can make it work with a quarterback like that for sure.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.